down in the orchard. The farmer Giancarlo's been round and flower mowed everything. If you look round this apple tree here, you can see all the brambles that have grown up. The whole field had gone back like that, so we needed to get it mowed before I could do anything else really. I don't have a tractor yet, that's coming, but I'm down here today just to finish it off with my brush cutter. Just clear them out, and then I'm going to put a bit more mulch down, weed them, put a bit more mulch down, and protect them, because it's coming into the dry season now. We need to give them as much help as we can. The IBCs will be done hopefully by the end of next week, so we'll fill those up, and then when the dry season comes in the next couple of months, we should be in a good place. So yeah, today is just a bit of maintenance, and I'll try not to cut any of my rosemary down. Giancarlo did a really good job and he didn't get any of it, so I'd better try and keep to the same standards. I'll walk you down through the apple trees actually now. You can see they're doing all right. Loads of leaves on them. I've actually got away, must have put them in the ground a little bit too late, or the right time, because they didn't produce many flowers. There's only a couple that I showed you last time that had the flowers on them, and they haven't actually set any fruit. One little apple turned up, but I've picked that off already. And you can see on this one, something's been munching away on the leaves quite happily. But the leaves that haven't been eaten, they're all looking quite good. So I think there's enough leaf coverage there to cope with a few being munched. This one's looking good. This one has got its scaffolding branches coming out just where I wanted them. So this one, once it's up here, the scaffolding branches will come out at this height, which will be perfect for sort of grabbing the low down, hanging down fruit. This one's looking a little bit sad, only because I think you can see if I zoom in. See the ants up there? The aphids have got on it, and the ants are milking the aphids. They produce a sugary honeydew sap type stuff that the ants know to come and farm for a little bit of sugar hit. Very clever, but I don't want them on mine, so I might have to spray it or cut the top off. I'm not sure what to do with that yet. But you can see in this one in particular, you can see the mulch has not stopped the brambles coming up through. So this afternoon I'm going to have to open this all up and weed all the brambles out as much as I can, put another layer of mulch down, and around the outsides I'm going to put some plastic mulching membrane down to try and keep them away. But yeah, that's the saddest looking one that I've got, but the rest of them, as you can see, this one's a little bit short still, but he's doing all right. The ants are all over this one as well. So I think I'm going to need to get a little bit of spray on them. I think it's sulfur you can use. It's a organic matter of some sort that you're allowed to use on them. So I'll give him a bit of a spray. A little short one here, but still looking like it's doing well. Those little branches at the bottom are actually, oh no, that's a rootstock down there. I thought they were below the rootstock, but they're not. So yeah, I've also ordered another 20 trees that will turn up at the end of the year. Similar sort of, well, it's from the same nursery, so I'm going to hopefully not get the same issues with the delivery, because I've left a really detailed message this time how to get here. But this space here is going to be, I've got enough tree where I'm standing, another one, maybe another row over there as well, and then all the way out to the edge and up. So by the time the other trees are in this time next year, I should have 50 trees, which will make this a fair sized little orchard. I'll show you a bit of the countryside as the rain's holding off. Little neighbours. So I've brought down with me some more mulch. I'm going to remulch it. I've got the mulching plastic. This was like 1 metre long. I've just taken a hacksaw, cut it in half, so that I've got 6 rolls of 10 metres of half a metre. So that should be enough for me to go around every tree and mulch the outside of the fencing, so just so that the brambles stay down a bit. I'm going to have to dig out some of the brambles first, so that's what I'll do first. I've also got to today clear the trunks. So as you see on this one, below where I want the scaffolding branches, which is that top leaf, that top branch is probably going to be a good scaffold. Anything below that needs to be clear of leaves, just so that no more branches grow out of that height, because that'll be too low when the apple is older, the tree is older, should I say. So yeah, I've got to do that on all of them, clear down some of the lower leaves so that it puts more energy in the top to grow taller and to grow the scaffolds. There we go, there's a big, if you see the big crown, that's what will grow the new bramble shoots. So as much of that as I can, I need to get out. The little ones are probably just a bit of root that have gone back into the ground, but if I can find a big crown like that last one, I'll take it out as much as possible. Should have done this back in January, but anyone who's seen that video knows that I didn't really have time by the end to do much. We got in the car and drove off, so this wasn't an option. And when we came back in February, the brambles weren't growing by then, so I didn't know it needed doing. I suppose I could say the same as that in January. These little ones, these haven't got any crown below, look, it's just a tiny little bit of root that has reformed. It's always going to cause things to grow when you've got a nice pile of compost and plant matter that's breaking down. Just something we're going to have to, look at that one, just something we're going to have to keep on top of over the years. Hopefully a couple of years of weeding and especially mowing, flailing the rest of the orchard should get rid of most of the brambles over time. As I said in one of the other videos, we're going to be here more often now, so it's a good thing for the trees, for me, to be able to look at the trees, and I guess it means that for you guys I'll be able to do a few more videos if people want them. So please comment, like and do all the rest of the stuff you're meant to do on YouTube, because without knowing you guys are actually interested, and there's no real point doing it. I only realised looking back on one of the other videos that when the microphone is on the hat here, you hear all the grunting and old man noises that I make as I move. So hopefully I can edit that out, or just turn the music up so you don't have to listen to it. But apologies if there is any that I miss. It's not a nice thing to listen to, is it? So although I'm getting rid of the brambles, I'm actually going to try and encourage the grass, the clover. But there are, one of them has got oregano and mint and something lemony just wildly growing around it, which is good. I'll leave that in there because it will stop the heat from scorching the ground around the trees. So I don't want the ground to just be baked clay in the summer, because then any rain that we do get will just run off. So if we can get a ground cover in and amongst the trees, then that'll keep everything cooler, which means that the trees should be happier. And that is what I'm aiming for. Tripod issue strikes again. I'm using the wheelbarrow as a tripod, so that's why I can't move it to move the thing. So make a little pile and I'll put it all in there afterwards. I know on one of the previous videos I showed you the wolf walking past the front of the house. We've actually had a pair of wolves walking around this field a few times. So I think they're probably either siblings and have been kicked out of the pack, or are a mating pair. I don't know. So we might have little baby wolves. I don't know what they're called. Cubs? Puppies? I don't know what they are. Wolf cubs? Wolf. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, we might have some of those at some point, which would be nice. Obviously. And we've had deer, we've had badgers. I saw 2 porcupines walking up the road the other day. It was cool to see. I've not seen one of them before. So yeah, wildlife's quite good out here. I just won't be spending many nights camping in the orchard, that's all. So I turned the camera off for a little while just because I was getting a big root out. I didn't want you to be hearing the grunting. But the size of the crown that was underneath, that'll just produce plants for a few years before it rots. So it's better to get it out now. That's pretty much it. So the plants inside have been weeded. I've got a little pile of stuff I need to pick up there. Just need to tidy up around the rosemary because there's a few in amongst the bottom, but it's underneath the wire. So I'm going to put some more mulch down on the inside. You would have had a time lapse, but the phone fell over again. So this is what I've done. I put a little bit more mulch in and around the tree inside the fence, and then I pinned down this plastic stuff. It's woven, so it should let the water through. I'm going to put a little bit more mulch on top of there, just because the sun out here gets strong in the summer and it will degrade the plastic quite quickly. So we'll just put a little bit more mulch around the outside of the fence just to keep the plastic from degrading, really, so I don't have to replace it before the end of the year. Just realised that some of the videos that I've taken today are in portrait, not landscape, so sorry about that, but you just have to deal with it. I'm trying to get better, still learning. So this is pretty much the end. I don't really want to use any more bark on it. That's a whole bag that has gone on there. 70 litre bag as extra has gone on today. So I think I'll leave it at that. I might come down with a rake. If you can see all this stuff is where the flail mower went over the top of it. So I might rake some up and put that around the edges just to finish it off. I'm starting to realise that the trees were about 30 euros each and everything else is probably now worth thousands because of all the other crap that I put around it. I'm sure most farmers would just laugh at me. If you can see, if I go over there, you see that orchard, olive grove over there, all just in the ground, no fence around them, no mulch, nothing, just trees in the ground. And yet here I am doing all this. I don't know if it's needed, but hopefully it gives them the best chance. And by giving the trees the best chance, I give myself the best chance of being successful with the cider business. And that's what it's all about. I think I've worked out that it's going to be too expensive to put the matting down everywhere. I'm not going to put any down when I put the new trees in. I'm just going to put them in. I'm not going to put any of this stuff up. I'm just going to put a fence around the whole orchard. It's not financially viable going forward to do as much as we've done on every tree. So with that in mind, I'm just going to carry on, and then this one I am going to put some matting down just because I can, and it's one of my cider varieties. So rosemary. The ones that I'm going to concentrate on are the cider varieties, because I can get eaten apples, dessert apples anywhere in Italy. Cider ones are a little bit more difficult to get hold of. Just move the camera so you might be able to see it a bit better. So now now that I've cleared the ground here, I'm going to clear the leaves. If you have a look, up to about there is 90 centimetres. I've got a tape measure, I'll get it out in a bit. But above that, from there, you can see I've got one main scaffold, another scaffold. I've got a bud starting to become a branch this way, and one going out that way. So that'll be good. I'll have 4 in north, south, east and west. Not quite, but you get the point, is that on 4 sides of the tree you get 4 big branches coming off to hold the main weight when it's bearing fruit. So yeah, I'll clear all the leaves up to about this point, maybe a little bit lower, just to give it a few more leaves for the summer to photosynthesize and get the power into the roots for the winter. But I'll take all these off, and especially this one down here. These aren't doing anything at all, so that's next. So it's easy to get rid of the leaves. You just, with your thumb, rub them, and the whole little cluster of leaves come off in your hand. Just keep the pine bark away from the trunk. Look. A little bramble down there. So I'll leave it at that. That is about right. It doesn't really matter how high I do it on this one, because the scaffold branches are already starting to come out in the right place. I don't need to encourage them, so I can leave it a little bit lower than the 90 centimetres, and then in the winter all this growth will just be pruned off, and I'll leave the 4 main scaffold branches coming off the main trunk. So yeah, that's how I'll do the rest of it to the rest of the orchard. It's taken about 2 hours a tree. So although that looks like a big layer of mulch, you've got to remember that underneath there is a pile of compost first and some leaves and some cardboard. So it's all doing its bit. The mulch is there just to keep the water from evaporating too quickly, really. If you do it too deeply, the water struggles to get down to the roots. But in the summer, I've got the root ball watering system, so I'll put my drip feeders straight into that, and then the water will get down past the mulch anyway. You can see how dry the soil is. I think I dug that bit up. Although we've had a lot of rain, there is dampness in it, but it's still very dry. If you dig in here, you can see we've got quite heavy clay soil, but you can see that it's really still wet. So the mulch is doing its job, which is good. The mulch and the compost will be giving a tree what it needs. So although I've been doubting myself and thinking that I'm spending far too much money, which I probably am, it should all pay for itself in the long run. I'll have nice, healthy, mature trees, and they should yield a lot of apples to make a lot of nice cider. So although it's all hard work and doubt now, hopefully it all comes good at some point. Right, I've just cleared a bit of space around the edge, digging back the flail mower cuttings, the mulchy stuff that it makes with that. This is all I'm doing. Putting one sheet of this down. I'll cut the hole for the watering tube, I'll cut the hole for the rosemary, put it down, and then put a little bit of mulch on top. Doesn't need much. It's just to, as I said before, to stop the plastic degrading too quickly. In the time of day, 5:30, mosquitoes have come out. So there you go, that is another tree done. That one looks better than the one yesterday, but I think I will go around and just rake the edges in. It makes it look a lot neater. So hopefully that will stop the brambles coming up, and then when I come to mow it, I'll just remember not to come within 50 centimetres of each post, and that should be enough, but we'll see. I'm sure I shall mow some up at some point. Yeah, that's it. I'm just going to pack up now. I'm going to probably rake in the other one of them, but then I'm going to pack up. Bit overcast today, but a lovely day still. It's so green here, lovely. So I think I'll leave it there for this video. I've got my Hammer Nouvelle and my Domain, one of each of those varieties covered up. We've been here a month now, but I've just been doing so many different little jobs and different big jobs that I've not been able to do a single video yet. I've got loads of stuff on my phone for about 3 or 4 different videos coming up, and so I just need to release this one. I think I'll put this out And then you get the idea, don't you? There's going to be another 3, 4, 5, 6 versions of exactly what I've done there, as well as all the other trees in the orchard that I don't have to do the mulching for. I still have to de-weed. So certain YouTube channels that have about 6 different videos showing the same task, and it's not for me, so I'm not going to put you through that either. So yeah, I think that's it for this week. I will try and be better at uploading more often. So we're out here more permanently now, so we've got chance to, whenever I do a task, I'll try and video it and put it up if people are interested. Please put it in the comments if you are interested, what you want to see, if there's anything in particular. Like I've said before, it's not a how-to channel. You can probably tell that I'm learning as I'm going, but if there's anything that I can learn and you want to learn at the same time, then please get in touch and we can look into it, and I'll try and show it if it'll help someone else. Also, if there's something that I've done wrong, please put that in the comments, because although it won't help me, it's already done, it might help other people. But yeah, do it constructively, don't be like some of the people on YouTube, please. Yeah, so if you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to YouTube, it helps. And then I will get, like I say, probably 3 more videos out over the next month or so. So yeah, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. Mozzies are getting me, so I'm going. Bye. I just want to add, I'm still getting bitten by the mozzies, but I forgot to say thank you very much for everyone for watching. It's humbling. The first one had like 350 views. I don't know that many people, so it's got out there somehow. So thank you very much. Hopefully as we go further and it's more than just putting sticks in the ground, hopefully we'll get a few more subscribers. But yeah, genuinely really happy to share what I'm doing, and I came into this thinking that it was going to be a video diary for myself. If other people are interested, then brilliant. If not, then I've still got that diary on YouTube to watch in the future to see how it all started. So yeah, it's for me as much as it is you, but I just want to say thank you for everyone who's watched, liked, commented, subscribed, anything that's interacted at all with it. Yeah, thank you. Humbling.